Well, howdy doody. Hey, welcome to Go Broke Age TV. Go Broke Age TV, right? What are we doing now? Well, sadly, I am going to take a ride in my car, the Gold Rush, for one last time. Yeah, the dire straits of my finances are now to the point, as I've mentioned many times on my channel, that I'll be forced the hand to start dumping some really nice stuff. So this is just one of more to come, because this type of lifestyle, you will go broke. It's an extremely expensive lifestyle, and whatever you buy as far as a material thing, a car thing, it depreciates by half. Some people argue that. No, you depreciation on cars, as everybody knows, is brutal. And what you probably don't know is, for today, after I got done doing my morning conversation, rain, go away, I have spent a good portion of this day, and it's already 2:30, of trying to get rid of some vehicles. And the reason was to dump the Jeep Grand Wagoneer and the Ram TRX. And at the last minute, I figured, you know what, we'll have to throw the Gold Rush in. So I've been haggling back and forth with my local Dodge dealer, the owner's son, and Sam, the manager there, about numbers on these vehicles. And it's beyond believable. I mean, it's just, as you know, the reality is, if you buy a $100,000 car, it's really going to be a $50,000 car. I mean, it won't be 50 grand overnight. It'll be worth 70. I mean, it'll be a 30%, 35% hit. The bigger the number, the bigger the loss. So the Grand Wagoneer really was the goal. You're right, Grand Wagoneer. It's too crazy, everybody. I put 25 grand down that Jeep Grand Wagoneer. That was a 104 or 100 and some odd $1,000 car. I think I got it for like 95, I think, or something like that. And I've paid down the loan, and I still owe on that vehicle 60 grand. But there was basically 7 grand of add-ons. So that just goes to reinforce to you that don't buy these add-ons. It destroys the payoffs. But I have 5 grand coming back to me, so I really owe 55 grand. The market is anywhere from 45 grand to 49 grand on outright buy instead of retail. So for me, wow, the stories just don't end on Ice Age TV. And so for me, that number there is going to require me to basically write a $6,000 check. I want to make a $6,000 check for that number, and I shop around, and they offer me 49. Nobody else touched that number, so that was a good number. Then the Ram TRX, I just bought that thing a year ago, and I paid over 80 grand for it. And once again, there's like $6,000 or $7,000 of back end add-ons, so the payoff is 77.9 or something like that. It's supposed to 78 grand payoff, even though a year ago I bought that truck and I've made a good 10 payments on it of probably, I would say, close to $20,000. But we all know the story. When you have interest on loans, then what happens is the interest is usually front loaded. Like one of my subscribers shared, it's front loaded, so you're paying a lot of interest up front. So now that vehicle, they offered me 70 grand. And so I went, so we went round and round that number. That wasn't good enough. So then, last minute, I threw the Gold Rush in, which is this. This is financed in my dad's name. That's a long story of how I bought this car from Carvana at a very high interest rate with the plan to eventually refinance it. And so then last year or 2 years ago, I traded this car in for the Grand Wagoneer, and I had about 20 grand equity in this car to put towards that Grand Wagoneer. But then I regretted doing all this, and so I ended up buying the car back, but I couldn't get the deal done, so I used my father, who had done that before, the family loved. So I put in my father's name to get a very low interest rate. But I ended up buying the car back for basically what I paid for it, and from the get-go. I paid like 94 grand for this car from Carvana, And it was all said and done, I basically paid 94 grand again for the car again. Even though I paid down the balance on this thing like 70 grand. But it's a high interest rate. So now, fast forward, this car, when they took it on trade, overnight they had it at 130 grand in their dealership. But it only stayed at their dealership like a day, and I took it back. So the numbers on these Hellcats 2 years ago was crazy. People were paying 50 grand, 100 grand over for the last run edition of these Hellcats and everything else. And so the market was stout, man. I mean, it was huge. And so, but you fast forward to today, and these cars have lost a gazillion dollars in value. And I've been listening to this number now for the last year. That's the same old number. It's in the $70,000 range. So they came back, and this car at 70 grand. So now, adding up, and I still owe 75 grand on this car in my father's name. So now, and there's $1,000 back-end fees. And on the Ram TerraX, same thing. So at the end of the day, if you add up the numbers they're going to pay me for these cars, and after the amount of money's owed, I'm going to owe them like 15 grand to get out of these cars. Which I'm not in a position. I can't do that. I don't have it. I have to pay Loudoun County, Virginia, $20,000 before the month's out, or I'm going to go to jail. Yes, it's going to get nasty, man. I got to be really careful what's going on around me in my life. It's not good, everybody. It's a total joke. But you know what? I created the problem, so I got to get myself out of the problem. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. So here we are. So now, but I did. It was so funny, Bob. You kept on going. What's your number? What's your number, Mike? The payoffs. He won't do it. He won't do it. I'll do it. So I even threw a crazy idea in there. So tell you what. Take the cars, and I'll give you my CVOST, which has about 9 grand of equity in it, and it will offset all these negative numbers, and we'll haggle some more. So he thought about that for a while. But then he's like, yeah, I had the bike itch here a few weeks ago. Now I don't have the bike itch, so I really don't want to get caught up in that. I said, well, I can go to the Harley dealer, sell it to them, and have 9 grand to play with to get this whole deal done anyway, so we want to go that route. But I don't want to go that route. So I said, you know what? Take the Grand Wagoneer out of the deal. Let's just focus on the Ram TerraX and the Gold Rush. And so he went round and round and round. And then she's like, what's the number? So I was like, oh, the payoff, man. Payoff. Just pay them off. Come on, help me out. So he's like, no. And he's like, dude, whatever. Let me know whatever the best deal you get on it, blah, blah. I said, all right. So then I was just sitting there stumped. I called Mark at Coons Baltimore Ford this morning, and I gave him all the numbers. You know, it takes time to send people information, photos, VIN numbers, miles, blah, 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 blah. You know, so it takes time to do all this stuff for the dealer to wrap their head around what I have to give them. So it wasn't until just later in the morning, or no, I should say, excuse me, it wasn't until just here about an hour ago, this afternoon, that he finally got back to me. And get this, I had to bug the hell out of him. He's like, hey, man, I'm sorry, we're slammed. At Coons Baltimore Ford, the showroom is slammed of people buying cars. You can't make this stuff up, everybody. I talked to my friend at the Timbrook Honda today about the used market and the sales, and they're kicking ass. They're kicking ass. They are, you know, so it's like, wow, because Donald Trump has put the fear in everybody that everything's going to be skyrocket high, and so everybody's running out to buy something as fast as possible because they're scared the next round of vehicles are going to be pricey as hell. And then when that round comes, I guarantee you Donald Trump will pull another trick out of his hat. And then all of a sudden it'll be, oh my God, blah, 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 oh my God. It'll be flocking to dealers because now it'll be a supply problem, a shortage problem. You won't be able to buy a new car. Oh my God. It's incredible, everybody. So now, what are we going to do? Well, I went to Carvana, where I bought this car from Carvana. Then I paid $94,000 for this damn thing. I think in 2023, if I remember right. And so they came back at the nicest price yet, 74 grand. 74 grand for this car, which is just sickening. It's a $20,000 loss on this car. The car's original sticker price was 94 grand. So now I'm going to go to Dulles Dodge, and this deal, for the most part, should be done because there's $1,000 back-end fees. I can get my dad off the loan just to get him out of all this crap that I'm into now. Because if I miss a payment, the bank's calling them. So it's like, you know what? I'm just done. I'm out. Forget it. All these cars are a waste of money, waste of time. It does nothing to explode my channel. It just isn't worth it. As they say, it's time to cross the bridge. So am I crossing the bridge? I'm crossing the bridge. So if I don't have a bunch of toys to show you, who cares? If my channel doesn't explode at this point, who cares? I really don't care. If I just make a video here and there, it is what it is. So that's, for me, it's like, yeah, what a waste of time. So I'm going to go up here to Dulles Dodge, turn the keys over, and they're going to bitch to me that there's only one red key and only one black key, and I'm going to tell them that's all I got. When I got the car from Carvana, there was no second red key. It's probably floating around out there for somebody to steal the car. I wish somebody had sold this car. I wish they would have, because they would have paid off the loan and got me out of this crap. Yeah, too bad. I should have parked this car in a public place more often than I thought, just to get it stolen, just so I could get out of the obligation. well, it's gone. So these were Dodge will probably put this thing in their dealership for 90, and then the guy gets it for 80, 85, be jumping up and down. And of course, people say, you gotta try selling your own. Psh, are you kidding me? I am sick of dealing with people. Oh, I'll give you 60 for it. I'll give you 50 for it. Hey, you want to trade? You want to trade my Ford Pinto for it? Hey, It's like, get the hell out of here. Nope. You just go pay the piper, man. The dealer gets it for 75. Basically, they're paying 74 because the back-end fees come back to me. So really, it's a $74K purchase, and I can't wait to see it in their dealership for $89,900. I can't wait to see the guy goes and pays them $89,900, and I'll be like, there you go. Are you happy as hell now? Good. Yeah. So anyways, it's all done. For the most part, my understanding is Bobby and I are going to shake hands. He's to take the key from me. Then we're going to haggle over the Ram TRX. And in the back end numbers, they didn't figure the back end numbers right. And we're still haggling over the Ram TRX. Because right now, I'm not writing a $3,000 check to get rid of that Ram TRX. I'm like, no way. But once again, Carvana saved me because they came in at 71.8 on the truck. He was at 70. So I'm going to say to him, I want 73.5 for the truck and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to be like, you know what? Come on, man. Just give me 74 for it. And then the back end numbers, you screwed those up, and you owe me $1,000, $1,500 more. So you know what? It's a wash. Take it. Here it is. We're done, right? And so if that all plays out, Bobby's going to drive me back to the house. I don't know. We're going to have another guy. I don't know how he's going to do this. You have to have a second guy to get the truck, and then it's over. So then the Ram TRX is gone. Bye-bye. Sadly. The Gold Rush is gone. Sadly. And for the whole freaking ball game here, what a sad day for me. But at the same time, oh well, it is what it is. But then we still have the Dodge Charger Plum Crazy, but that thing is a huge deficiency. So if I let that go, that'll be a $30,000 hit. That vehicle there, that'll bring an auction 40, 45 maybe. I doubt it. I still owe like 70. I think like 68 or 70 grand thing. But it's, once again, there's 5 to 6, 7 grand back end fees on it that I gave to Jake all the time at this dealership, so he get his nice bonus to make all his money as a finance guy. And so the car's payoff probably really is like 62. And yeah, they have to give those back after the auction. It's supposed to. That's a whole other thing. I haven't even taken the time to really look into all these discrepancies. Did they credit back the appropriate amount of back-end fees that I give to all these dealers to help make money? But then day, it's all about the money, and they don't give two shits if you go broke. If your car isn't worth nothing, they don't freaking care. All they care is, are you going to come buy another car from them? And that's all they care about, everybody. It's just like a prostitute. She only loves you when you give her the money. You're an idiot on these social media sites that bind all these women. Text me, call me. I want to play with you. Well, give me your money and I'll play with you. Hey, this sounds like being married in some ways. Wow. Did it take me this long to figure this out? So yeah, so we're going to be down in the Grand Wagoneer. You know what? On that damn thing, I don't know. I'll just salvage it for the moment. And if I sold it outright my own, I got 55 for it, but that's going to be steep because it's a $48,000 to $49,000 wholesale car. So a dealership would probably put it on the lot for 55. They get 53 for it. They're happy. So that there is just going to be another day. Kick it to another day. And damn, dude, I was there first, buddy. Dipstick. That's why you get a handicap sticker in your freaking car, because you got a handicap problem. You can't see. So yeah. So this is the big shebang. You know, I'm trying to get things in order, get the hell out of town, which that's a whole nother ball game. But I've called my daughter, and I'm asking her. She's got to bring the race truck back. That's the next saga. The race truck has to come back. So there's a whole other ball game there, where I said, you need to come back up here and take care of these dogs while I'm gone to help your mother out. So I'm trying to finagle her coming back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and she has to leave the race truck here, and then I'm going to try to sell the race truck outright, or I'll just tell Ford to come get another vehicle. So yeah, come get the damn thing, whatever. But that thing there, I mean, that thing, I think I'm in the $40,000 range, pay off that thing. So I would think that thing would be, I think somebody paid $44,000, $45,000 for that thing, or maybe not, probably not, I don't know. That's a whole other day, a whole other saga. That doesn't happen today. So before I leave town, my goal was to get rid of 3 vehicles. It looks like 2, but the Ram Cherokee thing isn't done yet. And so once I get up here to see Bobby, he's in a meeting till 3 o'clock, and get the final hammer go down and say, all right, I'll pay off the freaking Ram TRX. We're good, and that's it. Just stay tuned.